Hello everybody and welcome back to Whittle Reads. Today we're doing a little bit of an impromptu video because I just came home and on my doorstep was this, a big delivery from Grocer, which is an Australian independent bookstore. We ordered this a few days ago and already got here, and it's a big old box, so we are going to open it. Oh. I won't get the book. Get that bit. That bit. Put away the Leatherman. Ah. Okay, let's unpack all of these. Where do you want to start?
First one that we see is this, Beowulf, and it's the Knickerbocker Classics edition published by Bracepoint Publishing, I believe?
Yep.
I don't really know much about this tale. I know it's an epic story or epic poem or something like that. But basically, Elle and I collect all the Knickerbocker editions. So when we saw this on the book Grocer, we had to buy it.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit about Beowulf growing up. I know it's one of the oldest stories to come out of Britain. I don't know if it says anything here. Yeah, composed by an anonymous Anglo-Saxon singer toward the end of the first millennium AD. So this is a really ancient story, not compared to ancient Greece, but for Europe, this is a particularly ancient work. So I'm very excited to see this, and I'm very excited to see more about this particular translation by John L. So yeah.
The next one I got was actually
that's bigger than I thought.
Complete Poems by Emily Dickenson. This year I've been really getting into sort of poetry, and I love classics, and now poetry. So I thought I'd try some of Emily Dickinson's poems. I wanted to buy her envelope poems, I believe it's called, but it's been out of stock where I've looked. And I saw this on the book Grocer, and big old book, and it was at a really good price. So I thought I would give this a go. I'm really excited about this. My to-read own just keeps getting bigger.
And that is one thing we should say. Most of these books were like some of them were under $10. Some of them were definitely under $20. So like all of these books you see here are
very affordable. Extremely
affordable. And this isn't sponsored or anything like that. We were just amazed by some of the prices we saw in here. Like Knickerbockers, we pay sometimes closer to $30 for one. Yeah. This was. It's a big box, but we paid less for this than we do on most of our orders.
Another book that I bought, more poetry, Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. Again, I think this is quite self-explanatory. Everyone's heard of this. Don't know what else to say.
This one, Little Moments of Love by Catana Comics. V and I constantly send these back and forth. Whenever a new one comes out, most of the time it describes one of us. And so we are always sending them to each other, and we saw this just as we were about to check out when we already had more than we wanted to spend, but we just couldn't say no to it. It's just such a beautiful book.
They're so cute.
Okay.
Check them out on Instagram if you haven't.
Yes, we'll try to
link the Instagram down below.
That would be great. The next one I actually talked about on a previous video. I'll put that in the cards. I learned how to do cards. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This is the edition, the Penguin Classic hardbacks, which Penguin Pocket hardbacks, pardon me, which I've been collecting. Anytime I see one, I have to fight to not get it. But this one was cheaper. Was this one particularly cheaper?
It was about $20. And
oh, okay, so it was
somewhat cheaper,
but only by $1 or $2. A lot of these are like you'll see if you're in a bit that are
prices.
This one was pretty similar to the standard price, but still cheaper than I saw it elsewhere. And it's just, I love these beautiful pocket editions. I'll have to dive into this one soon, but I'm getting,
so pretty.
It's honestly, I'm getting a growing collection of philosophy books, and I'm going to have to start them soon because otherwise they are going to overcome me. Okay, but yeah, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. The next one, another one to add to my sci-fi masterworks collection, Arthur C. Clarke, The Fountains of Paradise. I've been a big fan of sci-fi. I have 2001: A Space Odyssey on my shelf, but I haven't read it yet. She just finished reading it before I did. I've watched the movie dozens of times. It's one of my favorite stories ever, but I haven't read it yet. And so I've got a fair bit of other classic. I've got some Philip K. Dick and some Asimov, but I don't really have that much Arthur C. Clarke. So once I saw this one and saw how well thought of it was, I thought instantly I should get it. Speaking of Asimov, here's the third in the original Foundation trilogy. I've read the first, really enjoyed it. I have the second. This completes the original trilogy. There's like 6, and then it goes on even more, and then he combines the iRobot and the Foundation trilogies into a bigger universe. I'm not interested. I think at a certain point it just became writing for a paycheck, so I definitely, if I think a series is going to go downhill, I have no qualms about just stopping and keeping the memory alive in my head, and I have a feeling this will be my end point for the Foundation series.
Okay, so another book that I ordered is What Happened Now by Sophia Money and Coutts. I have actually listened to this on Audible and loved it. I just want a physical copy to just give to everyone and tell them to read it, because it's actually narrated by Sophia, or Sophia? I think it's Sophia. She says Sophia, but I could be wrong. Herself. And she's just brilliant. I love her so much, and every time I see she has a new book, I immediately pick it up on Audible because I love her voice and I love her narrating her story the way she wants it to be told, and it's just brilliant, and I'm just happy I have it. Okay, and the last book I believe we have is basically the whole reason I started this book Grocer order.
It was a slow descent from there, yeah.
Oh my god, they had this edition of Wuthering Heights for $12 on their website. Just for the record, this cost about $30 to $40 everywhere else. And the reason it's so expensive is because they only publish 10,000 copies of each book. This is the season's editions, and so this is the winter edition where they released 4 books, and it was A Tale of Two Cities, Wuthering Heights, Pride and Prejudice, and Little Women. Again, they only published like 10,000 of each edition, and this was so cheap, and it's so nice and so pretty, and I just love it so much. And it's just like, it's got blue pages, like edges, like, look how pleasing that looks to read.
I heard a lot about, well, one, I've been hearing about these editions of books for months, but then when she saw the price that this was on Book Grocer,
you've got like your little
I heard even more about it.
ribbon, and it is so stunning.
I'd be so nervous to take that dust cover
I'm
off.
not going to take the dust cover off. I'm not. But it is just amazing. I think I want to get a clear cover.
Laminate kind of thing.
Yeah, like those book covers that you sort of put on just to protect it, because
Oh, it's beautiful.
this is a real collector's item.
Oh,
I would
100%.
say.
Oh, it's meant to be. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
So, thanks for watching, everybody. This was just, just a quick thing of just some of the books we ordered. We'll definitely link Book Grocer down below, and go give their online store a go. They don't have the widest selection of any bookstore you can find in Australia, but what they do have, they generally have far marked down from market price. And so, we from getting these from Book Grocer rather than other places we've seen them, because these are all books we've been tempted to buy other places. Yeah. We have honestly saved a ton of money just getting them from here, and they're an independent store and good people to support. So there's really nothing to lose except all your money on the books you buy. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, and like, comment, and subscribe. I forgot, but she reminded me. Bye.